What's happening, guys? Good morning, America. Good day, everyone. We are broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV in an effort of bringing the financial markets to your doorstep and help each and every one of you make informed decisions about investments and the amazing CFDs market. The episode today is sponsored by our partners at Forexy and Markets.com. If you like what you see, please remember to like, share, and subscribe and support us in delivering more great content. Feel free to type any questions you have and interact with me during these live broadcasts, and I will do my best to answer all your questions. During the European trading session today, we saw the European currencies giving back the gains that they had on the last two trading sessions, with the euro and the pound dropping a bit over 50 basis points. The USD Index gained a bit after massive losses overnight on hopes of stimulus bill updates and also waiting for the final round of presidential debate between Donald Trump and his rival Joe Biden, in what is being seen by many as the last opportunity for Donald Trump to make up ground in the polls before the 3rd of November. Initial jobless claims that were announced minutes ago came out below consensus expectations at 787,000 versus an expectation of 860,000, showing that apparently less Americans filed for unemployment last week. Oil futures also took a downturn this morning, pushing lower and, by the looks of things, looking to break the $40 mark to the downside once again. Gold futures, on the other hand, also gave back literally all the gains in the last few hours, trading as low as 1907 and counting a drop of about $20 from yesterday's price. And Bitcoin, guys, your favorite, also traded slightly lower at 12,870, but still remains the best performer this week, with a rally of over $1,000 in the last 2 days. We are 8 minutes before the US opening, guys. Let's have a look and see what happened today and what's expected to happen after the US opening. We see that US initial jobless claims fall to 787,000 jobs in latest week. The number of Americans applying for initial unemployment benefits fell to 787,000 last week, but remained at levels indicating that the recovery in the labor market is losing momentum as the COVID pandemic lingers. Economists had forecast a decline of 860,000 jobs. The prior week's figure was revised down to 842,000 from an initially reported of 898,000. The number of continuing claims, which are reported with a 1 week lag to initial claims, 8.373 million. The previous week's figure was revised down to 9,397,000. Continuing claims are falling in part because many people have exhausted their eligibility for regular state benefits. The Labor Department said that California has completed its pause in processing of initial claims and had resumed reporting new claims as part of the national total. The report reflected the count for California for the current week and revisions to the 2 previous weeks. Earlier this month, the state said it needed to suspend data fillings in order to reduce its claims processing backlog and implement fraud prevention technology. The report came as talks in Washington over an economic stimulus deal dragged on amid doubts over whether the negotiations would continue or pause until after the November 3rd. This is the news regarding the initial jobless claims, guys. Let's have a quick look at the charts and see how the major assets performed today. We're going to start with oil, guys, which, although it looks in a bit of an uptrend, it's trading at its lows right now at 40.36, very close to the bottoms just below the $40 mark. Okay, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. It's very unlikely for oil prices to move higher and stabilize, as I'm saying in the last 2 live streams, due to an oversupplied market and little to no demand, and again due to a potential lockdown, global lockdown. Yeah, we see more and more countries in Europe implementing lockdown rules. Let's see what's going to happen. But as things stand right now, with Libya again joining the OPEC Plus, yeah, and oversupplying the markets with minimum 150,000 barrels of oil a day. Very, very unlikely to see oil prices stabilizing anytime soon higher than the $42, $43 mark. We're moving on to the euro, guys, which traded lower today, even though it started the morning on a positive note. It traded lower today. It basically tested the support level at 118.24. And from what we see now, it's turning around. Yeah. This is the correction that many traders are waiting for. And now many experienced traders will probably go with long positions on the euro ahead or post US markets opening. The pound copied the euro movement today, even though, again, it opened on a positive note this morning. It dropped for 5 consecutive hours. Okay, we see a shy correction starting in the last hour or so. Okay, again, many traders that saw this will aim for potential long positions on the pound, even though they're going to be for short term. Looking at the USD JPY, which again, it did a bit better today, but still a lot of pressure on the US dollar, as we're only hours away from the last presidential debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and with the stimulus deal nowhere near to close, then very unlikely for the US dollar to strengthen. We're looking at USD Canadian, which again, it moved up for a couple of hours today, about 3 hours. And again, it's pointing downwards as things stand right now, trading at 131.52. Okay, we're looking at the US dollar index, which again, like the other USD currency pairs, traded a bit higher today on the European trading session. But the closer we got to the US markets opening, it started shifting direction. We see the RSI and the stochastic turning around completely and pointing downwards. And that is reflected on the charts as well by the red candlestick, the last red candlestick that you see there. Moving on, we're looking at gold, guys, which, as I mentioned earlier on, it literally gave back $20. Yeah, the $20 that gold won in the last 48 hours or in the last 24 hours. Now it's testing the support levels, even though in the trend channel, it's still in the trend channel. It didn't go outside the trend channel, and the trend channel still could mean a potential uptrend for gold. Currently, it's trading at the lows at 1907.60. Waiting for something to happen, waiting for some good news to arrive from the US front. Okay. And at that point, we might see gold turning around, and aiming for the highs around the 1932 level. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, and remember to trade cautiously, especially nowadays when you have so many events announced every couple of hours all over the world. Okay, so for longer term traders, guys, you know what you have to do. If you're trading mid-term to long-term, you are experienced traders. For the beginner traders, keep an eye on the gold futures, guys. If you see gold turning around, okay, and the RSI and the stochastic turn around as well and start pointing upwards, and if you see the US dollar index continuing the downtrend, then you might want to consider a very cautious long position. Let's not forget, anything can happen. The situation could turn around any minute. So as things stand right now, gold is in a trend channel. It seems to be in an uptrend, but a lot of pressure. One single tweet from Donald Trump basically could completely shift the direction. We're moving on to Brent oil futures, which again did not move really much today. We see Brent oil futures trading somewhere between 41.82 and 42.10, 42.11. So only about 20-30 pips movement. Okay, still very choppy, very undecided. Currently, Brent oil futures are trading at their lows. Yeah, if you draw support resistance levels, the horizontal ones, you can see that the price bounced off the 41.46, which was the lows. Okay, we see average highs somewhere there around the 43, 42 level. And we also see an intermediary support resistance level around 42.27. Okay, in times like this, probably one of the best trading strategies is to trade it step by step, trade it gradually, and don't follow huge swings. Yeah, as again, the markets are very, very choppy, guys, and every news that comes out would completely shift the direction of the markets. To top it up even more, you can decrease the time frame, to either a 30-minute chart or a 15-minute chart if you want to get a clear indication, on where the candlesticks are settling, basically, and see if the candlesticks manage to break this level at 42.27 and settle higher. Okay, then there is a probability that oil price might push a bit higher, towards the 42.95, towards the $43 mark. But until then, keep an eye on this intermediary support resistance level, guys, at 42.25, 42.27, somewhere there, and see what oil is looking to do. If it's looking to bounce off that, then some traders, or most traders, will probably go for a short position. If it's breaking through the 42.27 level and it's settling higher, very, very important for the price to settle higher, and to see the candlestick formation settling above the line and not retesting the lows, then you might want to consider a long position. But again, it's entirely up to you how you do this. This is not investment advice. I'm just sharing with you some views, and most importantly, both sides of the coin. Now we are moving on to silver, guys, which again gave up some of the wins it had yesterday, during the European trading session today. It is trading quite low right now at 24.87. Okay, but by the looks of it, looking at the RSI, it's turning around as things stand right now. It didn't go into the oversold section yet. Okay, so probably the pressure on the US dollar index is weighing heavily on gold prices and silver prices as well. Moving on, we're looking at Bitcoin, guys, your favorite, which did not really move much during the European trading session today. It dropped a bit. It dropped about $100, $200, but overall it performed amazingly for the week. It's up $1,000 in the last 48 hours. And from what we see right now, apparently Bitcoin decided to settle higher, above the 12.8 mark. And we see a green candlestick on an hourly time frame. Okay, that usually indicates a lot of buying power on the market. Looking at the RSI and the stochastic, I don't know how much that matters on a completely decentralized asset, guys. We can see them pointing upwards. We see the RSI dragging on the upper side for quite some time now. Quite some time now. If I increase the time frame to a daily chart, we can see the RSI floating in the upper side since the 24th of September. That's when basically the rally started, or let's say beginning of October. Somewhere there. 1st, 2nd of October, that's when the rally started. And by the looks of it, it doesn't want to stop. Bitcoin is currently trading at $12,970, just short of the 13,000 mark. It's very, very close to the most recent all-time high, which is 13,786, as you see on the charts. Let's see what's going to happen. Very, very good opportunity for many traders that caught this amazing jump of $1,000 in the last 48 hours. Hey, there's still potential, guys. There's still potential on the market. The trouble is no one can tell you exactly where is it going to stop and where is it going to start from. Now, oh my God, we missed the US opening, guys. Bear with me for a second. Bear with me for just a second. Yes, we missed the European opening. We're going to ring the bell anyway. Welcome to the European trading session. We're 2 minutes into the European trading session, guys. Let's have a quick look at the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones to see how they opened today. Positive opening on the S&P 500 and on the Dow Jones. Okay, we see green candlestick shortly after the opening. But what's interesting to see is that the last couple of trading sessions were very, very choppy for the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. Mixed data, mixed news, a lot of expectations from the markets, and nothing really happened eventually. Yeah, we can see the S&P 500 literally ranging for the last 2 or 3 trading sessions. Okay, let's have a quick look, because Coca-Cola was supposed to announce its quarterly numbers. Today, we see the news released by Reuters that Coca-Cola beat revenue and profit expectations today, as strong at-home sales helped the world's largest soda maker bounce back from a shattering second quarter, sending its shares up 2% before the opening bell. The beverage company, which makes about half of its revenue from sales in restaurants, theaters, and other public venues, reported a slowdown in declines in away-from-home sales and said the last quarter had been its most challenging. Right, the company said the sales of its trademark Coca-Cola and Coca-Cola Zero Sugar were now positive. While many challenges still lie ahead, our progress in the quarter gives me confidence we are on the right path, CEO James Quincy said in a statement. Organic sales, which strip out acquisition and currency impacts, fell 6% for the 3 months ended September 25th, but improved from 26% fall in the second quarter. Hurt by lockdowns, the Atlanta-based company in August launched a restructuring plan that included job cuts, streamlining of its beverage portfolio, and more focus on popular products, including its signature soda. Okay, right. Enough about Coca-Cola. They done better. Wait, there is another. The punchline. Let's not forget the punchline, guys. On a per share basis, the company earned 55 cents per share, which is 9 cents above expectations, according to IBES data from Refinitiv. Net revenue, though, fell 9% to $8.7 billion, above the estimate of $8.36 billion. Okay, this is the punchline. So this is the proof that even though some companies are doing better than others or are doing worse than others, there's still a progress that can still be a progress, even if you're caught on the short side. All right. Now, let's move on and see what are the top 5 things to know in the markets today. We see number 1 on the board, no doubt about it. It's the final round of the presidential election campaign. We see President Donald Trump takes on his Democratic Party rival Joe Biden in the final televised debate of the presidential election campaign, in what is being seen by many as the last opportunity for Trump to make up ground in the polls before November 3rd. The debate comes a day after Trump's Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe, and FBI head Christopher Wray said the Iranian and Russian operatives had hacked the rolls of registered electors and were using the information to influence the elections. While Ratcliffe said the Iranian effort was aimed at harming Trump's campaign, reports indicate that the Iranian effort has concentrated on sending intimidatory emails to registered Democrats telling them to vote for Trump or else. The emails, that is funny, guys. I'm sorry for laughing, but this is really funny. Anyway, let's move on. The chances of U.S. lawmakers passing a package of stimulus measures before the election appear to have completely disappeared, with negotiators on both sides yesterday acknowledging that a lack of scheduling opportunities and resistance in the GOP-controlled Senate make a vote before then unlikely. Right, so by the looks of it, guys, we're not going to see the stimulus happening just yet. Okay, it might happen, though. Who knows? Maybe this is the bunny that Donald Trump hides in his hat, or the ace that he has in his sleeve. Maybe he's gonna make anything humanly possible to release the stimulus package just before November 3rd, in another effort of getting reelected. If that's the case or not, only time will tell. But until then, we're going to keep an eye on the news and keep an eye on InstructFX broadcast, guys. And we're going to keep you informed with the latest news that come out every day. Let's move on to number 2 on the board. Tesla delivers a record quarter. Well done for Elon Musk. Well done for Tesla, guys. Tesla blew past expectations with a record quarterly profit in the 3 months through September, helped by lower production costs that allowed it to make an operating profit even without the support from nearly 400 million in emissions-related regulatory credits. Wow, that's a huge number. The numbers will allay some doubts about the underlying profitability of Tesla's business model and will strengthen the chances of the stock being included in the S&P 500. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember when was a couple of months ago, I think. Yeah, a couple of months ago, Tesla took a big hit when it literally got rejected by the S&P 500. Now, speculation that thousands of passively managed funds will be forced to buy the stock at that moment has been the driving force behind the stock for the rally this year. S&P 500 inclusion still seems largely priced in, with the stock reacting with a comparatively restrained 4.8% rise in pre-market. Number 3 on the board, stocks are set to open lower. Jobless claims due. The jobless claims already came out, guys. U.S. stock markets are set to open lower, extending Wednesday's losses on disappointment at the failure to cobble together a stimulus deal. Right. As Simon Cowell says, let me stop you there for a minute. Let's have a quick look at the U.S. 500 and the Dow Jones. We actually see a positive opening. Okay, there you go. This is the closing yesterday. This is the opening today. It actually opened positive, and this is the proof, guys, that no matter how much experience technical analyst has or technical analysts have in general, no one can predict the financial markets 100%. Okay, that is out of the question. So even though they said the market will open lower today, there you go, guys. The market did open a bit higher. Now, the question is, how will we close the day? Yeah, because we had 3 days in a row, I think, when the markets opened higher. Yeah, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq surprised everyone by opening higher, but they eventually ended the day in a bit of a loss. Yeah, they closed the day in red. So the opening is not as important as the closing, unless you're caught with an open trade. Yeah, if you're trading longer term. Overall, again, Dow Jones and the S&P seem to be trading sideways, yeah, seem to be ranging for at least since Monday, yeah, for the last 4 days. Now, I'm going to skip this news, yeah, as it's not up to date anymore. Now, Europe's pandemic blurs is the number 4 on the board. Italy and Germany posted their biggest ever one-day numbers for new infections of COVID-19, increasing fears that Europe is inevitably heading again for the kind of lockdowns seen earlier in the year. The UK also posted a sharp rise in new infections as well. The second wave of the pandemic, is increasingly showing itself in European sentiment data. German consumer confidence fell in JFK's monthly update published earlier on Monday, as did the French business confidence. European Central Bank officials, meanwhile, appear to be preparing the ground for an expansion of its bond buying program, although most analysts see action at the December meeting more likely than the meeting in a week's time. Right, now let's move on to number 5 on the board. Guys, oil stabilizes after gasoline stockpiles shock. Crude oil prices stabilized at lower levels after a sharp drop on Wednesday in response to the Energy Information Administration's report that U.S. gasoline stocks rose by nearly 2 million barrels last week instead of falling as had been expected. The numbers stoke fears that spreading infections in the U.S. are finally having an impact on U.S. fuel demand, after appearing resilient over the last couple of months. Now, what I want to mention, okay, when it comes to oil and natural gas, guys, is that in winter times, yeah, in the winter times, there is a bit more demand, yeah, in oil and also natural gas. Why is that? North America, yeah, can get quite cold, yeah, Canada as well. So in the winter months, there is more demand, yeah, on natural gas and oil. Why? They use oil and natural gas to warm up, yeah, to heat up their homes. So natural gas tends to do really well. The hardest the winter yeah, the heavier the winter in North America, yeah, the better natural gas and crude oil might do. This is at least how it worked in the last few years. Now, this year is completely unprecedented, guys. Nothing like this happened, at least since I was born. Yeah, whatever happened in the 50s, I don't know, but at least in the last almost 40 years, guys, nothing like this happened. Okay, so we're gonna have to live and see. Now, let's move on to some trading signals. Yeah, let's see how investing.com sees the American indices doing today. Yeah, we see Dow Jones and the S&P 500 sell and sell on a 5 minutes and 15-minute charts, strong sell on an hourly chart, and a buy position on a daily chart. Yeah, very, very mixed signals. I checked these trading signals exactly 5 minutes before I started the live broadcast, guys, and I must tell you, everything was in red. Absolutely everything was in red, apart from the S&P ASX 200. Yeah, this, I think it remained unchanged, and as well as the Nifty 50. But there was red up to that level. Okay, give the markets a bit of time to breathe, to calm down, and see what's going to happen. But very, very careful on the trading session today, guys. Let's have a look at commodities and see what investing.com thinks about commodities, guys. We're looking at gold and silver stuck in a strong sell on 3 and 4 time frames. We're looking at crude oil, WTI, and Brent oil set in a strong buy. Okay, and natural gas and U.S. wheat, guys, which gave us very, very clear indication till today. Yeah, if you guys remember, every day there were mixed signals on gold and silver and copper and crude oil, but the natural gas and the U.S. wheat always had 4 of a kind. Yeah, either a strong sell or a strong buy. Now, today, everything is mixed. Nothing has really happened yet. Okay, apart from gold and silver that and crude oil, yeah, and Brent oil, that tend to give us a clear indication. But again, do not follow these signals blindly, guys. There's no such thing as a 100% accurate trading signal. Do your own analysis, check the charts, and if it makes sense to you, then you know what you have to do. Right, yes, oil seems to be going up as things stand right now. Yeah, this is the trend channel that I was showing you earlier on. Yeah, we can see an engulfing candlestick right there, the green one. Okay, and we know our support resistance levels. Yeah, again, you can add an intermediary one if you want to. There you go. Yeah, this is the center line, basically. And as I was telling you earlier on, as I was telling you this morning, as I'm telling you every time I get the chance, yeah, if we're living times with very high volatility, yeah, you might want to consider looking at the center line. Yeah, and maybe you only want to trade it halfway, yeah, or set a lower take profit. Yeah, this is how most of traders do in times like this. Yeah, ultimately it's your decision. I'm just trying to protect every single trader from getting into a margin call or, touch wood, even worse. Now, this is what's happening with the markets today, guys. We see initial jobless claims, coming out in green. We have central bank reserves coming out from Russia. Okay, I don't know if we have many Russian traders or many traders trading the Russian ruble. Okay, we're going to have in 11 minutes existing home sales, year to year and month to month. This is what's happening. Now, by far the biggest event today, guys, is the presidential debate, which will happen later on, probably after market closes. It's Donald Trump's last chance of gaining some ground versus his rival Joe Biden. Let's see what's going to happen. Now, join me in 3 minutes, guys. We're coming back live with Giovanni and his trading traps revealed. Okay, and I'll come back with another market opening tomorrow morning at the European market opening. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're coming back live in 3 minutes with Giovanni and Dumb Money. Till then, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money.